Across Africa, a new question is being asked. What happens when frustration meets youth and youth meets power? In Burkina Faso, that question found a face in 2022 with the rise of Ibrahim Traoré. At just 34 years old, he became one of the youngest heads of state in the world. To some, he represents hope and renewal. To others, he is a risky experiment born from crisis. But regardless of opinion, Ibrahim Traoré has undeniably shifted the conversation about leadership in Africa. For decades, African politics has largely been shaped by aging elites, leaders molded by colonial transitions, Cold War alliances, and long-standing systems of dependency. Many young Africans have grown up watching the same patterns repeat: promises made, resources extracted, and living conditions unchanged. Traoré's rise reflects this generational frustration. He speaks with the tone of a soldier, but also with the urgency of a young population demanding dignity, relevance, and a future that feels within reach. At the heart of Traoré's message is sovereignty. Not the symbolic sovereignty marked by flags and anthems, but practical sovereignty, the ability to make independent decisions about security, economics, and national priorities. He openly challenges foreign influence, particularly from former colonial powers, arguing that dependence has weakened African states rather than strengthened them. For his supporters, this bluntness feels refreshing. It echoes a long Pan-African tradition that insists Africa must define its own path rather than borrow one imposed from outside. One of the most powerful elements of Traoré's leadership narrative is resource control. Burkina Faso is rich in gold, yet its people remain among the poorest in the world. This contradiction is not unique, but Traoré places it at the center of his political identity. His government has emphasized the need for natural resources to serve national development rather than foreign profit. To many Africans watching from beyond Burkina Faso's borders, this stance resonates deeply. It touches a shared historical wound of extraction without reward. Security is another defining pillar of Traoré's leadership. Burkina Faso has faced years of instability and armed violence, and his approach is firmly military in nature. He frames national defense as inseparable from sovereignty, insisting that a country under constant threat cannot truly govern itself. While critics raise concerns about militarization, supporters see discipline, urgency, and a refusal to normalize chaos. In their view, Traoré represents a leader willing to confront hard realities head-on. Beyond policy, Ibrahim Traoré has become a symbol. Across social media and Pan-African spaces, he is celebrated not only for what he has done, but for what he represents: a younger Africa, a more assertive Africa, an Africa less willing to apologize for wanting control over its destiny. His image travels faster than his reforms, inspiring debates about whether symbolism alone can drive real change. Yet history urges caution. Africa has seen powerful symbols before. Leaders who spoke boldly but were constrained by internal challenges, external pressure, or the limits of power itself. The true measure of Ibrahim Traoré's leadership will not be his speeches or popularity, but whether his vision translates into lasting institutions, improved lives, and stability for his people. In the end, Ibrahim Traoré may not have all the answers, but he has forced important questions back into the spotlight. Who controls Africa's wealth? Who defines its future? And can a new generation finally turn resistance into results? Whether success or struggle follows, one thing is certain: Africa is watching, and the conversation has already changed.